Good afternoon and welcome you all for this webinar on integrating diverse engineering CAD authoring tools. So my name is S. Sarusat. I'm the principal consultant handling SAP PLM from EDS Technologies. Okay, the agenda of the first today's session would be introduction of the solution at a glance on SAP PLM and CAD integration solutions. SAP PLM within ERP and its architecture, we'll be seeing the architecture of the PLM components within the ERP suite. Modules within SAP PLM, why SAP PLM CAD integration, and the new technology that SAP has recently launched to the market. Solution in detail, SAP PLM CAD integration solution that we would be specifically talking about this session. The SAP PLM technologies, available technologies like CAD Desktop and Engineering Control Center, the new interface. SAP PLM Engineering Control Center, its architectures and the features we would be touching upon this session. And the implementation time frame that would be required to implement this solution across the organization. And finally, the summary and ending out with question Q&A. So this particular slide, I'll be talking about solution plans completely on the SAP product lifecycle management. The solution, which is an integral part of the ERP suite, that is deeply integrated and talks to various other business functionals like the sales and manufacturing, the product management, with financials and human capital management. This particular solution is already an inbuilt component within your ERP suite, and the solutions that are available within this PLM suite includes the CAD authoring tools, integration solutions, and the visualization part of it. Followed by, with this CAD authoring tool integrations, you have this bill of material management, change management, the document management that facilitates management of all the documents across your enterprise. Not necessarily the engineering design documents, but various other documents that are associated with all your CAD design solutions. So primarily the specification documents, specification sheets, the technical documents that goes along with all your CAD design physical copies. All these can be managed with the document management solutions. Document management solution being one of the important component of your SAP product lifecycle tool or the suite. So variant configuration is also a part of this particular suite. PLM analytics, that's facilitated through business context viewer, the material management, product structure synchronization, which is another important component within your PLM, which facilitates the EBOM to MBOM synchronization. Primarily, this is one of the major challenges that most of the organizations are faced with, wherein there is no sync between your EBOM to MBOM. And then you also have what is called the recipe management. That's more suited to the process-based organizations like pharmaceuticals and food and beverage industries. Overall, this entire session we would be more concentrating on the how do we integrate these CAD authoring platforms through SAP PLM, and that is facilitated through one of the component available within this PLM suite of your ERP. So going down the slides, we were talking about this PLM architecture, the overview about the PLM and its architecture. As we see on this particular screen, the middle portion of this particular architecture gives you the details of the complete core PLM components, which is a part of your ERP suite. So these are some of the components which are already available in your ERP, namely the material management, material master management, which helps you in managing all your material masters, the BOM management, the bill of material management that we talk about. The source could be from various sources, as we talk about. One being the CAD platform through which all your bill of documents comes into the picture. There is the CAD structures coming out from various CAD platforms. It could be a mechanical or it could be your electrical design softwares. So all this bill of document finally plays that would be the base for your engineering bill of material, which finally is transformed as a manufacturing bill of material. So the reference would be from any of these sources. It could be from your CAD platform, the structures that is being designed through the various CAD platforms. And then we also have this routing management, the variant configurations, classification system, and the document management system. As we already discussed, a document management system is one of the major module that is available within the core PLM components in ERP. This particular solution addresses or manages your entire documents that could be coming out from your design department or the NPD department, or it could be coming from various vendors, suppliers when there is a collaborative environment. It could be your third-party vendors, suppliers, or so on. It could also be your internal team that we are talking about. It could be your finance, purchase, after sales. It could be your invoices that is coming into the system. It could be your delivery challan, POs, and various other documents that flows across your enterprise can be managed with this particular document management system. Having said this, these are some of the primary components or the core components of PLM, which is already available within your ERP suite. So the moment you procure the ERP suite and implement this across your enterprise, all these components that I just mentioned are already available within your suite that can be used across all your business functions in some way or the other. And for your information to highlight, these are being directly or indirectly used across all the organization business functions, but most often we see that the customers are not aware, or probably they may be less aware that these are the components which are coming from the core PLM components of the ERP suites. So these particular solutions which I just mentioned are the core PLM components available within your ERP that can be very well utilized across your business functions, like some of your other major modules, what you already, or the core modules like sales and distribution, material management, your PP, that is production planning, or any other modules per se. These are some of the, like what I mentioned, the core modules. PLM is also one of the modules that is available within your ERP suites. And these can be made available to your usage with necessary configurations as per your business processes. And it is already an inbuilt component, as I said. And, it is more or less widely used across any other business functions, directly or indirectly, not knowing probably that these are some of the core PLM components in ERP. And at the top of this particular architecture, we see the PLM extensions. Primarily, we speak the decision what we are going to talk about would be on the CAD integration part of it. Having said that, the CAD integration platform, what we see as of now is the CAD desktop technology, which was available to all the customers across the globe until 2014. Nevertheless, this solution is still available to the existing customers who are already on that platform or on that technology. Of late, SAP has brought in a new technology called SAP Engineering Control Center, which is keeping in mind the designer's experience or the user experience of the current trend. SAP has made a lot of developments to bring in this new technology, the front end being your Java interface, and the back end, it's the ABAP backend component that needs to be configured based on the respective business or the design process that of that particular organization. And this particular interface talks to the various other business functions, be it SD, be it PP or QM, or any other business functions with necessary configurations and integrations. And as well, you may have to have necessary licenses to access SAP directly within your CAD platform. So when I'm saying this, you get a SAP menu within your CAD platform with after activating the necessary configuration based on the business processes, as you see on the screen. So why SAP PLM CAD integration, or in general, why SAP PLM? See, most often what we have been observing in the industry is that the engineering or the NPD departments is more often not connected to your enterprise through the ERP solutions. So what we see otherwise is all the other departments in the companies are well connected with the enterprise or the ERP suite. However, we see that engineering or the new product development departments works most often as a silo, because of which there is no proper communications happening between all the NPD department or the R&D department to the manufacturing and so on to the downstream departments. So what are the existing customer processes that we have been seeing across all these organizations are, we see that there are either a third-party PLM or no PLM at all in most of these organizations, and it's not also not integrated well within your SAP ERP. So what we observe is engineering or the R&D or the NPD departments are not connected to the SAP enterprise solutions across your organization, and also there's what you see the document management being managed through some centralized folder locations or through some on the respective or individual desktop, because of which there is no proper flow of informations across your business functions or business verticals, and this leads to the manual bill of material creations and the management of this bill of material. Export of data into SAP systems are either through MS Excel or through XML, which is again leads to a manual procedures. So what we recommend as a process across the customer is, with this SAP PLM CAD integration or with SAP PLM configurations, necessary configurations, seamless integrations will be established across your enterprise through the SAP PLM. So what I mean by this is SAP PLM facilitates a seamless integration between all the business functions and connecting even the engineering or the R&D and the NPD department. Through this, you have the document management system, which is a prerequisite that needs to be configured according to the business process, which is available within this existing SAP infrastructure. And this facilitates the necessary revision controls, the version controls, the status controls, and all the stuff with all the auto-bomb creations and management of the same across your enterprise. So it's a one single source of truth that is made available across your entire organization with just this SAP PLM or the SAP PLM CAD integration as a solution. So there is no necessity for you to export the data into SAP system through other third-party mediums, be it MS Excel, XML, or any other manual processes that are currently being followed or being observed at the existing organizations, which can be addressed through the direct integration of this CAD applications. So this entire things can be facilitated through our SAP PLM CAD integration technology. So going further, why again SAP PLM or SAP? Most often we have observed there are certain third-party PLM being used across the organization, which is more or less CAD-centric. When I say CAD-centric, it is more concentrated towards the CAD applications, primarily for managing all your design documents, living out the enterprise part of it. When I say the enterprise part of it, the manufacturing, the service departments, the marketing departments, all these departments are not connected. That is what we see when there is a third-party PLM being in picture. So what I meant by this is, when there is a third-party PLM that is being in use, you need the connectors that needs to be connected to your CAD applications. And further, if you have to connect that further to your ERP, again another connector comes into the picture. So overall, you see there are two connectors which adds to the cost of the organization that is being in use or proposed by the third-party PLM vendor for use across the organization. Two connectors coming into the picture to have the CAD applications connected to your ERP. And again, it depends upon the expertise level on the third-party PLM connectivity between your ERP to the CAD application through this third-party PLM vendors. However, if you see on the right-hand side the picture, The SAP ERP and the SAP PLM all comes from one single platform or the one single landscape. You have the PLM suite available well within your ERP, and if you have to connect to the CAD application, it is just that one connector that facilitates direct interface between the CAD applications to the ERP through this SAP PLM, thus making a seamless integration and facilitating the document management, the revision control, the status control, BOM management, engineering change management. All these particular features and functions are being facilitated with one connectors or the plugins or the licenses that I'm referring to. So that this gives you an idea which approach that would be better for the organizations in case if they are looking to address their end-to-end NPD or design or R&D requirement. So SAP ERP with SAP PLM suite integrated with the CAD with one connector makes you reach that particular meet that particular requirement of addressing your end-to-end NPD requirements or the new product development requirements. So going further in detail about that, SAP PLM solutions vis-a-vis others, if you could see over here, there's a comparative chart giving you on the left-hand side the descriptions one-on-one to with the other PLM compared to SAP PLM. So there is a base PLM software cost involved. In case of the other PLM solutions, when I say the base PLM, is the platform licenses, the base platform on which this particular PLM solutions sit on top of that. So there is always a base PLM software cost that is involved. However, if you see on SAP PLM, the core PLM component is already an inbuilt component within the ERP, which I've just mentioned before in the earlier slides. There is no additional cost involved, even if it is, if it could be for the third-party integration to your CAD integration applications or any other platform that needs to be connected. Definitely, there involves a license or the connector that is involved to integrate that. So the second one which I meant was the CAD integration, and the CAD integration are the connectors which is which involves an additional cost on either side. If you are looking at a third-party PLM or SAP PLM, as I mentioned over there, connectors are additional cost involved for each connectivity between the PLM and CAD softwares. Having said that, CAD connectors are specific for specific CAD applications. The individual licenses are to be bought for specific CAD applications. So when we say that connectors for SAP PLM CAD integration to CATIA, you need a connector. The same connectors might not be applicable for the other CAD applications. There are specific CAD applications or the CAD connectors that needs to be procured to connect to the respective CAD applications. So there are individual licenses for respective CAD application integrations. And then coming to your ERP integrations or the connectors, connectors or additional costs are involved for each connectivity between the PLM and the other in terms of other PLM. I'm speaking about other PLMs wherein you need an additional connectors between the PLM and SAP ERP. There's no additional connectors involved when we are talking about the SAP PLM integration with ERP. So the hardware investment point of view, additional cost is involved when on the recommended hardware configurations and database as far as the other PLM or the third-party PDMs are concerned. However, in SAP PLM, if you could see existing SAP infrastructure is to implement the SAP PLM based on your business processes. So the implementation cost anyway is involved in either case on the third-party PLM or the PDM that is concerned or the SAP PLM. But whereas in SAP PLM, the minimal implementation cost is involved, which I would like to mention over here. So the training, as far as the training is concerned, a minimal training is required in SAP PLM because the users The SAP users are already familiar on the working environment of SAP, which is already in use across the organization. However, if you see on the other PLM or the PDMs in use in case, you need to have an extensive training required as it's a new software for the organization, wherein there needs to be a detailed training provided on how to use these particular solutions across the enterprise. So collaboration, the last point which I would like to mention, it facilitates integrations between all stakeholders such as the product company, suppliers, customers, vendors within and outside the enterprise from product concepts to the obsolete stage or to the delivery stage that I'm talking about. So now we will go to the solution in detail, which is the SAP PLM CAD integration that we just talked about, and how do we integrate the diverse CAD applications in use across the organizations or the R&D department. So the intro on SAP PLM CAD authoring solutions, which is a new interface brought into the market by SAP from this financial year. There's also the existing technology by name CAD Desktop, which was made available commercially until 2014. From 2015 onwards, it's totally a new interface that is made available to all the existing or to the new customers by name SAP Engineering Control Center. If you could see at the bottom the image, it gives you an idea on the platform of SAP Product Lifecycle Management within the SAP ERP application that addresses right from the conceptual stage to the delivery of the component that includes the imagination, the design, the planning, and the manufacturing to the delivery of the component. All this made available through your SAP Product Lifecycle Management solution within the ERP. This particular solution includes the SAP 3D Visual Enterprise application, which is again a solution from SAP that brings about the visualization across the SAP interface. So you can virtually see these 3D models before it could actually be opened into the respective CAD applications. It can be made available as a visual in the SAP screen itself. That particular thing is made available through SAP 3D Visual Enterprise applications. And over the top of that, you see the CAD service layer, and the new interface that we are talking about is the SAP Engineering Control Center integration tool. This particular Engineering Control Center tool integrates any of your mechanical CAD softwares or your electrical CAD softwares as mentioned over here. It could be your CATIA V5 in use, or it could be your Unigraphics in use, AutoCAD, Inventor, Solid Edge, SolidWorks, any of these CAD platforms. This particular Engineering Control Center solutions can integrate, thus facilitating a seamless integration from the third-party CAD applications to your SAP ERP. So bidirectional flow of informations are facilitated, bidirectional flow of informations and necessary details can be shared across the platform through this SAP PLM component. So SAP Engineering Control Center provides a 360-degree product view, including the mechanics, electronics, software, and simulation solutions, which we see on this particular figure. So electrical and electronic design CAD solutions also can be integrated very well within the SAP Engineering Control Center, as this is SAP is constantly working on this as a potential future integration platform for integrating all these particular third-party applications, be it mechanical CAD platforms, be it electrical or electronic CAD platforms, or any in-house developed software components, and as well as simulation softwares that are available in the market. So it brings about a consistent integration of authoring tools across the value chain. The prerequisites that is required to have the CAD integration platform or the solution are you need to have the SAP ERP, the SAP document management system in place for managing all these CAD design documents and its associated documents, be it the technical specifications, be it the design specs, or be it any other associated documents. It can all be managed through your document management system, which is one of the primary prerequisites for CAD integration. And the third is the SAP CAD integration that facilitates the integration between all CAD softwares that we just mentioned in the previous slide, all the mechanical CAD softwares or the electrical CAD softwares that can be integrated through SAP CAD Integration platform. So it can integrate the to the versions of ERP that's as mentioned over here. It could be right from the version of 4.7 till today with SAP DMS or Easy DMS configured to facilitate the CAD integration uh, across the R&D or new product development departments. So there are also product extensions for this SAP PLM, be it the format conversion, be it output management, or early detection of product costs that complements on top of this CAD integration platform. So the new authoring tool that we are discussing about is by name the Engineering Control Center. As you can see over here, this is the interface. The interface has multiple drop-down menus or the windows that can be made as per the user's experience. He can make it available as per or make it or customize it based on his needs to have as per his requirement. So on the left-hand side, if you could see, it has the complete folder structure based on the projects that he is working around. It could be it automotive, be it aerospace, or any other verticals that he's working on. That complete folder structures with necessary credentials to access that particular folder structures also can be managed through this particular authoring tool integration. On the right hand side of this platform, you have the visualization or the preview with all the necessary metadata informations when that particular user is accessing their respective information. So that which gives you the flexibility to integrate the heterogeneous landscape into a SAP PLM, and that it can, as mentioned earlier, it integrates with all the other platforms or all the leading platforms, as you can see, which is on the covering this entire solution from on the left hand side. So the SAP PLM CAD integration technologies and architectural overview that we are just looking at. There are two platforms currently in SAP. As I mentioned, the CAD desktop, which was available until 2014 end, and it is still being made available to the existing customers. However, for the new customers, the new technology what we are talking about is made available commercially to the market from this 2015 year. And this is what is the solution which you are seeing. SAP Engineering Control Center. As you can see on the screen, the SAP Engineering Control Center integrates all the leading CAD platform that we just discussed about with necessary plugins or licenses through the front end, and the back end is made available your SAP Engineering Control Center ABAP component that facilitates the document management, the BOM management, the material master management, engineering chain management. So there is bi-directional flow of information across these platforms from the CAD tool to the ERP through this SAP PLM CAD integration technology. So going forward, this would be the solution which will be made available to all customers across the globe from this particular financial year. So it's the ideal interface for authoring users. As you can see, it has brought a rich user experience with flexible user-specific folder structures on the top left corner of the window that you could see there, where you have individual folders. Folder structures or it can be categorized based on your projects, be it automotive, be it aerospace, whatever the project that the user would like to work on. Necessary folder structures can be created as per the requirement. And on the right, you have the preview of the particular information that you have just clicked on the folder structure, which shows the particular information, which gives you the detail about the particular folder when the user is trying to access it. It gives you the information of that particular information which the user is trying to access, who created that particular folder, when was it created, what is the folder structure all about, with in fact the preview of that particular as well. So before even you could actually open this on CAD platform, it gives you a preview of that component. Is that what is the actual component that you're trying to access before it can be actually opened in the CAD platform? And on the bottom left screen, if you could see, is the complete assembly structure, which gives you a parent-child relationship with all the necessary color symbols for the ready state or various status that are configured using this CAD platform, CAD integration platform. You have all the drag and drop and copy paste for functionalities like your any of the Windows applications, thus making it very simple and user-friendly for the designers. It provides you the access to various SAP objects with this particular interface. When I say the SAP objects, it could be your material masters, it could be your bill of material, it could be your various other documents that are flowing across your ERP system. So you can have a direct access to all these objects right within your CAD application or with this particular engineering control center interface. It can also have, you can also have the access to SAP GUI or the SAP GUI with this particular interface, and vice versa. You can log in via SAP GUI and access the engineering control center, or you can directly log into SAP engineering control center through the CAD platform and access the GUI. That particular flexibility is configured or made available to the users through necessary configurations and implementation. So there are additional windows for easy access like browsing, assemblies, visualizations, access to classifications, or any other SAP objects. So going in detail to the respective features of this CAD application platform, we see it's a ribbon-based features that are facilitated through SAP PLM, or you can also have a drop-down based commands or menus based on the need. So as you see on the screen, you have various commands that are made available within your CAD application platform. The SAP commands and menus, there is no more transaction based. It's all menu based, which is made available across the CAD, across all your CAD platforms with necessary CAD integration done. So that means you can access all the SAP business objects or the SAP objects within the CAD application through this SAP PLM CAD integration tool. So as you can see over here, you can search for the respective CAD design files. You can access the design files. You can visualize the particular files, and in fact, these particular files, in what all assemblies were used, all those informations can all be accessed through this particular interface. What we're talking about, that is the SAP Engineering Control Center. The bill of materials, the material informations, the engineering change object, engineering change management, all these can be accessed right in the CAD platform with this engineering control center interface. Integration with SAP PLM ribbon. So ECTR that we are talking about, the shorter version of engineering control center, facilitates the switch between the SAP and SAP and between SAP to CAD or between CAD to SAP. This engineering control center plays as an interface facilitating the switch between the CAD to SAP through this SAP PLM component. So going down to the further detail about the features, you have document management, which is one of the major components that we were just discussing about. So the document management, which helps you in managing any kind of data. It could be your design data, it could be your associated document from that goes into the design, or it could be any other document that goes into even the manufacturing. It could be your service, it could be your sales and marketing. All these departments that they are accessing the document types can be managed within this particular solution, which is called document management solution. That is made available through your CAD integration platform. So there is robust DMS capabilities like file storage for versioning, including the status, access control, and the classifications and document structure that allows to manage complex CAD structures and relations. So this particular document management solution facilitates the a single storage point for all the design-related activity, design-related documents, and all its associated documents at one centralized point, which is made, which can be accessed across any business functions as long as they have a valid login credentials. So it can synchronize the document management system brings in the synchronization of data with the necessary physical files associated to that metadata informations. When I say the metadata informations, the information related to that particular design, it could be the design that is being created by which individual, at what point of time this particular design was released, and these designs released for the further processes that are dependent on that. Those kind of necessary information can all be facilitated through these document management solutions. So the next feature that we would be talking about is on the bill of materials, which basically is can be accessed directly from your CAD platform that is facilitated through your SAP Engineering Control Center interface. So bill of materials can be generated automatically either in the background or in the foreground through this ECTR based on the document structure that we are talking about. So the document structure with the parent-child relationship, be any CAD platform that we are talking about, bill of materials can be automatically generated from these particular document structure. And whatever structure that we are seeing on this particular design solution, the same structures are managed or is made available in the SAP ERP through this SAP PLM interface that we're talking about called Engineering Control Center. There are filters options through which it's possible to arrange the BOM in different views that you would wish to have. It could be based on the plant type, it could be based on the usage type, or any other additional options that you would like to have a look at. So whatever the structure that is being created and whatever the parent-child relationship that has been followed in the CAD designing software, the same structure is managed and made available, and it is visible across your SAP ERP landscape through this interface that we are talking about, which is the SAP Engineering Control Center. We also have this material master management that can be easily created, visible in the foreground or in the dark that I say. When we say dark, that's in the background. That can be easily created through this particular interface that we are talking about. Material masters can be assigned to document to drag and drop from one window to another window through this SAP Engineering Control Center front-end component. Material masters are shown in the link objects. The links to various objects, where it is being used, all those things can be easily accessible through this particular interface through the necessary configuration that is being established at the time of implementation. The viewer which we are talking about is one of the recent development that SAP has brought in after the acquisition of what is the technology called a right hemisphere solution, which is primarily a New Zealand-based organization which was acquired recently by SAP, through which this visualization is brought into the SAP world. So before even you could actually start using this particular CAD file in the CAD application, you can virtually visualize that in your SAP screen, what this component is all about, from the top level assembly till the respective individual component to the last component of what it is, and its relationship with the parent or to the immediate sub-assembly component. You can you can visualize that particular thing, and on the left-hand side, you can also see that particular component with this respective parent-child relationship with respective symbols of that particular structure that we are trying to access, and accordingly it is visualized on the right-hand side of the screen, what you would actually see over here. This particular viewer, what we are talking about, is an inbuilt component now, which is available within your engineering control center, and it is made available to the market right now as a RH viewer. This RH viewer can read any of these lightweight format file or your actual CAD files in the neutral file format, whatever you would like to access. There are various kinds of file format that this particular Visual Enterprise viewer can access, and this particular file is as light as possible. It is made as light as possible through this SAP Visual Enterprise visualization solution. So on the left-hand side, as you see, when you click on that particular part number or the particular part or the product, the respective component gets highlighted in the visualization. So this facilitates the user before even he can open this and virtually do the necessary modifications in the CAD application. Is it really required, or is there any modification that needs to be done? He can plan accordingly before he can actually work in the direct CAD application, and that is facilitated through this viewer, which is an important component within the SAP CAD integration interface. So the products that we were talking about, as you can see on the screen, is all the solutions that is made available to the customers and the products. Okay. So these are the products that are available as a license to the customer in case, based on the CAD platform that the customers are using, be it AutoCAD, be it PTC or PTC Creo, be it in Unigraphics or CATIA V5, SolidWorks, Solid Edge. There are specific licenses from SAP for specific CAD integration to the to whatever CAD mechanical CAD solution that is being listed over here. So there is also a standard prerequisites for the respective platforms. Like for example, if you are using an SAP Engineering Control Center interface to AutoCAD, you also have to have a prerequisite by name SAP Engineering Control Center standard. Likewise, if you are using any other third 3D CAD platform, you need to have prerequisite for that particular CAD application, which is called SAP Engineering Control Center Professional. So these are the licenses that I'm just referring to. These licenses are made available to all the customers from this financial year. And the latest version, which is available right now in the market, is SAP Engineering Control Center Interface 5.1. And these licenses are specific to specific CAD applications. AutoCAD licenses cannot be used for CATIA V5. Likewise, CATIA V5 Engineering Control Center licenses cannot be used for AutoCAD. So there are specific licenses for specific CAD applications and the integrations that we are talking about. So the implementation timeframe that it would require to implement this particular solution, as we see over here, it could range anywhere from 6 weeks to 12 weeks. As we see, it starts from the requirement gathering of that particular project that we're talking about, with the kickoff meetings and the workshop and the confirmation that we have just discussed on the implementation that we're talking about, to the deploy. The deploy would include all the stages or the cycles that we see over here: implement solutions, the confirm the implementation, train the key users, and then when it goes to go live, you see the last stage that is called the last stage, prepare the end user training, hand over the solutions to the customer, and it goes live. So we also have what is called the post-go live support that we provide to the customers after the successful implementation of this particular CAD integration that we are talking about. Anywhere that way, it ranges between 6 weeks to 12 weeks. There is also what you call the RDS package, which is called Rapid Deployment Suite, basically to address to speed up the implementation process with fixed scope and fixed time and fixed implementation, which is the primary concept of this particular RDS package, and that is also made available to all the customers from this financial year. So in total, the summary that I would like to summarize is it's one single integration platform for all the authoring tools, be it any CAD, as I mentioned. It could be a mechanical CAD application, it could be an electrical CAD, or in-house developed solution that we are talking about. In fact, you can also have the PDMs that needs to be integrated also, and also the simulation tools. SAP Engineering Control Center can integrate any of these that we are talking about. It helps the companies to manage and increasing product complexity. It's one of the key enablers for systems engineering. Having said that, it integrates several authoring tools on a single platform and enabling cross-discipline collaboration. The cross-discipline collaboration, what I'm talking about, is from the engineering to manufacturing, wherein most often what we have observed in the existing customers, what we have observed is there is no sync between the EBOM and the MBOM, which is one of the major challenges that we have been observing. there's no connectivity between the engineering to the manufacturing, because of which there is a delay in, there is a lot of issues, manual interventions are coming to the picture, and the EBOM to MBOM goes for a toss. So SAP Engineering Control Center is one of the key enablers for the system engineering that facilitates the EBOM to MBOM synchronization with some necessary additional licenses that are being offered by SAP, which is called product structure synchronization. This particular product structure synchronization facilitates the EBOM to MBOM synchronization. It can also help you to have the EBOMs that is also coming from your various other third-party PDMs or PLM tools, which can be synchronized to your manufacturing bill of materials. If you could see, to name of some of the customers that who are leveraging the solutions to a great extent, you can see the Bajaj Autos, you can see the Volvo Eicher, you can see the Mahindra. All these particular big organizations are already on this particular platform, wherein you have the EBOM to MBOM synchronization being addressed to a great extent. The last but not the least is the point that is providing a comprehensive product description. So SAP Engineering Control Centers helps companies to create a comprehensive product description where the informations are instantly made available to the respective stakeholders as per his need. It is all made available in one single platform that we are talking about, is the SAP Engineering Control Center. Thank you. So I'm here to take the question and answer. This is a Q&A session. Please go ahead with your questions. Is there any question that needs to be addressed? Hello?